Hello everyone, my name is Ratnakishore. Welcome to the CAST channel. Today I am going to consider the concept confidence interval. Confidence interval is used to estimate the population mean from the average of the sample, given that the population standard deviation. The confidence interval provides a range of reasonable values within which we expect the population mean to fall. The general form of the confidence interval will have lower limit and upper limit. The lower limit can be estimated as the point estimate minus the margin of error. The upper limit would be point estimate plus margin of error. In our case, the point estimate is sample average, from which we are going to estimate the population mean. Here the margin of error depends on two things. First one is percentage of confidence. It may be 90% or 95% or 98% depends on our requirement. And the second one is standard error of the mean. So which is nothing but sigma divided by square root of n, where sigma is nothing but the standard deviation of the population and n is nothing but the sample size. Then I am considering the steps to find the confidence interval. For that we need to have the sample data and the sigma, which is the standard deviation of population. The step one is we need to calculate the sample average from the given sample data. And then the second step is we need to compute the Z score corresponding to the confidence level. And the third one is we need to compute the margin of error. And the last one is we need to find out the confidence interval based on the margin of error. Here step 1 is obvious thing, calculation of sample average. Then now I am considering second step, which is nothing but calculation of the Z score based on the confidence level we have chosen. So for that the base is central limit theorem. So according to the central limit theorem, if we consider the sample average as a random variable which follows a normal distribution with a mean mu and the standard deviation sigma divided by square root of n, which we are calling it as standard error. Since we know the value of the standard deviation of the population, then we use the standard normal distribution to calculate the margin of error as well as the confidence interval. To find out the value of Z score, then let P be the probability of the mean value falling at the center of the distribution defined by the confidence level. Then alpha be the probability of the value falling outside the center of the distribution defined by the confidence level. Then the relation between P and alpha would be P is equal to 1 minus alpha. If we consider the standard normal distribution curve like this, then the area defined by these two confidence intervals is represented by the P, and then the area outside this confidence interval is represented by the alpha. Since alpha is the area that is split equally between the two tiles, each of the tile contains the area equal to alpha by 2. Then we need to find out two values here, minus Z alpha by 2 and Z alpha by 2. Then we can find out Z alpha by 2 such that cumulative probability of Z less than Z alpha by 2 is equal to 1 minus alpha by 2. Since this entire probability under this curve is 1, then the area left side of this Z alpha by 2 would be 1 minus this alpha by 2 area. Now we are going to consider an example of 95% confidence interval. Then the probability P would be 0.95, then alpha becomes 0.05 and alpha by 2 becomes 0.025. Now we need to find out Z alpha by 2 such that cumulative probability P of Z less than Z alpha by 2 is equal to 1 minus alpha by 2. Since we have alpha by 2 value as 0.025, then we have probability of Z less than Z 0.025 is equal to 0.975. Then we need to use normal distribution table to find out the Z value from the given probability value. If I consider this table, here we got 0.975 as the probability value. If I observe the corresponding row label, I got 0.9. If I observe the corresponding column label, I got 0.06. If I add both, then automatically I got 1.96 as the Z score with respect to the probability 0.975. Then the next step is the calculation of margin of error. then the margin of error can be calculated as the z-score we got multiplied by the standard error, that is sigma by square root of n. For the 95% confidence level, the margin of error would be 1.96 multiplied by sigma by square root of n, where 1.96 is the z-score we got for the 95% confidence interval. Then the next step would be the construction of confidence interval. We know that the confidence interval will have the form the average minus margin of error, and the upper limit would be the average plus margin of error. Then after substituting the expression we got for the margin of error, finally we got these expressions to calculate the lower limit and the upper limit for the confidence interval. In the case of 95% confidence level, we got the confidence interval x bar minus 1.96 into standard error, that is the lower limit. Upper limit is x bar plus 1.96 into standard error. Then finally again I am considering the steps to find out the confidence interval for the given sample data and the population standard deviation. The step 1 is we need to calculate the average of the sample x bar, and the second step is we need to compute the z score, that is z alpha by 2, such that the cumulative probability p of z less than z alpha by 2 is equal to 1 minus alpha by 2. And the step 3 would be the computation of margin of error, which can be computed as z alpha by 2 multiplied by the standard error, that is sigma by square root of n. And in the fourth step we need to find out the confidence interval by substituting the expression of margin of error in the interval. Then finally we got the confidence interval as x bar plus or minus z alpha by 2 multiplied by sigma by square root of n. So now I am going to consider two problems as examples. The first problem would be a sample we have with a size 50 and a mean of 35, which is drawn from a population having the standard deviation 14. Then we need to find out the 98% confidence interval for the given population mean. From the p-value, if you calculate the alpha, we got 0.02, then alpha by 2 would be 0.01. We know the definition of the confidence interval. Then to find out that, first I am going to compute the value of z alpha by 2, where 1 minus alpha by 2 now becomes 0.99. So if you observe this table, then we got 0.99 here as the probability. Then the corresponding row label is 2.3, that is added with the corresponding column label, that is 0.03. Then we got z alpha by 2 as 2.33 here. After having z alpha by 2, then I am defining the confidence interval by substituting this z value in that definition. After computing all these things, finally we got 98% confidence interval for the population mean as 30.387 and 39.613. Now I am considering the another example where all the inputs are same except that we need to construct 95% confidence interval for the population mean this time. But this time the p-value is 0.95. From that we got alpha by 2 as 0.025. Then if we go for z score, we got the z score, that is z alpha by 2 as 1.96. So by using this, if you construct the confidence interval, we got 31.12 as the lower limit and 38.88 as upper limit. Now I am going to give a simple Python program to calculate the 95% confidence intervals for the given sample average and the size as well as the population standard deviation. So now I am defining a function to return the confidence interval. Here the ci underscore 95 is the function name which will return a tuple that have the lower limit and upper limit for the confidence interval of 95%. And this function is taking three arguments. The first one is sample average, and the second one is the sample size, and the third one is standard deviation of the population. And then where ME is calculated, which is nothing but the margin of error, and the z score for the 95% confidence interval would be 1.96. Then 1.96 would be multiplied with sigma by square root of n. That gives us the margin of error. By using that margin of error, I have written a tuple which is having the lower limit and upper limit for the 95% confidence interval. Then I am using the same values as I considered in the examples. That is the sample average is 35 and the size of the sample is 50 and the standard deviation of the population is 14. Then if I run this cell, we will get the confidence interval as 31.119 and 38.88. So in that way we can calculate the confidence interval provided the sample data as well as the standard deviation of the population. So the confidence interval is one of the tools available for the inferential statistics to estimate the population parameter from sample statistic. That's all guys for the today's concept. I will meet you with a new concept soon.